Hello, BookTube.
Hi, BookTube.
So this is the first time, I say so a lot, sorry. I've noticed that in our videos. I do it like every time I'm about to start a sentence or anything. I'll quit. We're going to start a weekly reads. We're going to do it every week, starting today and every Tuesday from here on in. Unless we're gone and just can't record. Actually, well, this is going to come out on Wednesday.
Yeah, it'll come out on Wednesdays.
On Wednesday morning, but we're recording on Tuesday. So this is current until right now. And it'll be current throughout the night, but that's going to be about it.
Yeah.
It's just going to be what we're reading, what we have just finished, and what we are and what we are about to read for the week. So Becky's only got 2 picked out. I think she'll probably read more than that, but
Probably.
These are the next 2. So you want to get started? Because you're just going to take a little longer than mine, I think.
Am I going first?
Yeah.
I have to remember how to work my Kindle.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
So one of the books I'm reading about, I've actually been really excited about. Got really excited about earlier. I didn't know that this book was out. It's called The Whispering Dead by Darcy Coats. Now, I am a big fan of Darcy Coats.
You have been for a while.
Yeah, for quite a while. She writes horror books, but they're more on the cozy side. We'll call them cozy horrors. They usually have a pretty good romantic strain going through, and they are right up my alley. Let me tell you, I have a hard time with straight up horror books because they invariably have atrocious endings. Everybody dies, or everybody gets like turned into a demon, or fed to a demon, or falls in love with a demon.
Well,
it's ridiculous.
Horror, I enjoy, but it jumps the shark at the end a lot. I mean, they're not all Stephen King bad endings, but they are bad endings, and that's about 80% of the horror books I've read.
And see, with Darcy Coats, if the book is going to be about ghosts, there's actually going to be ghosts in it.
Mm-hmm.
So the shark is sort of jumping all over the place from the very beginning of the book. But I'm here for it. I can suspend my disbelief long enough to read me a good Darcy Coats book.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be reading The Whispering Dead this week. It's the first book in the Gravekeeper series. And that's one thing about Darcy Coats.
Is that a new series?
I think so. She doesn't write a whole lot of series. Series. I have the worst trouble with that. I don't know.
Yeah.
She doesn't write a whole lot of series. I know she's got 2 that I'm aware of that I can think of off the top of my head. And she does her series very well because it's almost like just one really long continual book.
Sure.
The series are. They aren't sort of like cozies. They're different separate vignettes. It's just one long storytelling.
Yeah, I actually don't like that. I
love it.
I know you do. I like standalone books.
Darcy Coats does a whole lot of those.
Yeah, I know she does.
But I think that's actually probably why her series are like that, because she's used to standalone books and she just continues the story.
Right.
There's really long books. But yeah, if you're wanting to get into a little horror and you like a good cozy, Darcy Coats is the way to go. She does a lot of haunted house books. She's sort of a guilty pleasure.
Out. She's extremely prolific.
She's an Australian author.
Yeah. And the books she puts out, I mean, they come out quick. She has some novellas. She has collections of novellas. She has.
She's got one sci-fi book out there that was really good. It's called Parasite.
Oh yeah, I actually do want to read it.
Great.
Yeah.
Very good.
Her stuff is really simple, but there's nothing wrong with that. I've read one Darcy Coats book and
well, it was a short story, wasn't it?
No, it was a novella. It was 100+ pages.
Okay.
But then I explained how it was to Becky, and she's like, "Yeah, that's how all her stories are."
Yeah, they're very easy to read. They're very easy to get through. They're very close to young adult novels, but I don't care. I love them. The second.
No, if it was If it was YA, I wouldn't be reading it.
Yeah.
Because I've tried YA, and everything I've tried, I've just hated. I'm not gonna read it if it feels YA to me. It doesn't have that feel, even though it's that simple. It doesn't feel like YA. It's actually very suspenseful.
Yeah, there's one book called Hunted that she did that is most definitely not YA. It's got a very strong horror vein.
Right.
And it was actually kind of a surprise from Darcy Coats. It's very good. Anyway, the second book I'm reading, I am so excited about.
This came out today.
Yeah, it literally came out like on the shelves today, and it came in the mail today. Oh my gosh. It's Death on the Night of Lost Lizards by Julia Buckley. It's the third in the Hungarian Tea House series. I'm so excited. The first one is Death in the Budapest Butterfly, and I can't wait. I'm going to inhale this thing. You know that, right?
Oh, I know you will.
I'll probably have it done tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I've been looking forward to this book for ages. For some reason, I thought it came out on the 20th, and I was just despairing of surviving until then. But it's so good. I can't wait. And look at that cover. I love her covers.
Take the cat off of there. It's perfect.
Right? I'm covering your face. They are so rich and so beautifully decorated. I just, I love them.
Yeah, they are some of the better cozy covers.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably either next week or in a week after that, we're going to do a live show about Julia Buckley's books.
Okay.
Because somebody was, I think it was Nancy who was saying the other day that she wanted to talk about, I think I might be wrong. Oh, I feel awful.
Is it Tiffany?
No, it wasn't Tiffany. But
Tiffany did read it.
Yeah, Tiffany did read it, and we were going to do a live show, but then like everything sort of went off the rails, and we disappeared for a good month and a half.
Yeah.
And we're still going to do it. Yeah.
I feel bad for that.
I feel really bad. Me too. But we're back.
And Becky hasn't really read anything lately, except some mangas
Like mangas, short stories, stuff like that.
Yeah, just those kind of things. I've been reading again. Well, actually, I never really stopped. I was just reading comic books.
Yeah.
But some of the comics I read that I would definitely recommend are The Kitchen, which was, I believe, a Vertigo book. And it was an 8-issue series. Really quick read. I got the whole thing read in a night. It's really quick. It's very good.
That's the one that
extraordinarily violent.
The TV show was made from.
Yeah,
right?
there was a TV show that had one season or even maybe half a season. I don't remember. But I do know. Actually, I don't know. I didn't watch the show. But it's about some mobsters' wives whose husbands went to prison, and then they kind of take over the business. And it is worth a read.
That's a great premise. I
enjoyed it, but you do have to be. I mean, it is not a kid's comic book at all. Kids should not be reading The Kitchen. But I do recommend that. I've also been reading like some The Brave and the Bold. A lot of DC stuff. I mean, I'm more of a DC fan than anything else. I like Marvel fine, but I started with DC. I enjoy it more. I do like I said, I do like Marvel. I think some of the Marvel characters are completely overrated. I love Spider-Man, but I cannot stand the X-Men. I don't like those books. I think Wolverine is one of the worst characters in Marvel.
Shush you.
I just don't like.
No.
I don't like it.
Marvel all the way, man.
Let me see what else have I read? I read some of Sweet Tooth. There's going to be a Sweet Tooth TV show, so I wanted to get that in, and I had never read it. I had read bits and pieces of Sweet Tooth and liked what I read.
I need to read it.
But I read the first 2 trade paperbacks. I think it's the first 10 issues or so. They're excellent. I like them a lot. They're yeah, I'm not gonna give anything away. They're excellent. I would say, if you know, and I read most of my stuff on Comixology, DC Unlimited DC Universe is what it is now, or DC Universe Unlimited or something like that, and Marvel Unlimited. I read all my comics on that stuff. Comixology is probably the best deal because it's $6 a month. You get 15% off of everything, and then you get a ton of free books. Tons and tons of free books. There are thousands and thousands of them out there that you can read on your device, on your Kindle, on your iPad, whatever it is you got. I do recommend though a larger Kindle, like this right here. It's a 10-inch because it's hard to see on the 7 or 8-inch Kindles.
Yeah, I can't imagine reading
a comic book would be hard. That's perfect for books.
Yeah,
absolutely perfect. It's a perfect size. It's like reading a paperback, and I love that. And you can adjust the size of the font, which I really like. But now here's what I'm currently reading. I'm finally out of comic books. I'm still going to be reading my comics in between, but I'm reading The Lathe of Heaven by Ursula K. Le Guin. I've been wanting to read this for like a year, and I'm finally reading it and loving it. I'm about 60% of the way through it. I might be finished tonight, either tonight or tomorrow. It's not a long book at all, but it is about a man who dreams things into reality, and a therapist that is helping him through it. So, pick it up. If you have not read this, you gotta read it, including you.
Man, if my dreams became reality, there'd be pan-delirium. It would be bad.
Yeah. I'm glad that I'm finally getting around to it. I love it. Ursula K. Le Guin, she paints beautiful pictures with words. She is one of the best sci-fi writers in existence. Well, actually, she died a few years ago. But just an amazing mind. So if you haven't read Le Guin, get to her. And she did the Earthsea series, which is high fantasy.
Yeah.
And it's one I haven't read, but it's one I'm going to get to. The next thing I'm going to read after this is this one right here. I talked to Scott Danielson about it. He said he already has it and has read it. It's The Lost Continent. This is the Ace copy. 40 cents on the price tag. Came out sometime in the 50s.
I love this cover.
Yeah, I do too. But Edgar Rice Burroughs is someone I've read little things of. I've read a couple of Tarzan novels like a long time ago, but I've never read anything other than the Tarzan novels, and I'm going to give this a go. But that's next for me. It's a very short book.
This will take you a good hour to read.
2 hours probably.
It's 123 pages.
Yeah, 123 pages. The font isn't tiny, like a lot of books this size. Yeah, I can get through this in a hurry, and I'm pretty excited about that. I know Scott Danielson said he's read it, so maybe we can discuss it a little bit. But then I've got also, this was recommended on his channel by Steve Donoghue, and I picked up a copy a few months ago, but it's Son of Man by Robert Silverberg. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm into sci-fi pretty big right now, and I'll be reading a lot of it. And I'll be reading a lot of it in November, too, when we have our sci-fi event. So, yep, I look forward to this as well. I think it's going to be an excellent book. It says, I'm going to go ahead and read the back of it. It says, The Ultimate Testament. In the beginning there was no Brooklyn, no St. Louis, no Shakespeare, no moon, no hunger, no death. In the beginning there were no real men, no real women, nothing but dispassionately passionate ambisexuals of the lowest and highest order. In the beginning the heavens, the seas, and the earth belonged to more intelligent species than a man called Clay could ever have dreamed possible in his own time. But his own time as a man had passed, and now his time as the Son of Man has come. So really well written. I guess you'd call it a synopsis.
Exactly a synopsis.
Yeah, kind of a synopsis. I'd say it's more of a teaser.
A blurb.
Kind of like kind of like a teaser trailer, wouldn't you say?
But now I have the Phil Collins song stuck in my head.
But those are the 2 books I'm going to be reading this week. Hopefully I can get some more in. I'm definitely going to get some more comics in this week. I'm on kind of a Brave and the Bold kick. I love the old Brave and the Bold comics, and I've got hundreds of them at my disposal on DC Unlimited.
I'm going to throw myself on this thing face first.
Yeah, and you'll have that done in no time. I think we're going to watch a movie tonight, but if we weren't, we'd be reading.
Yeah, see, this is the 3rd book in the series, and by the 2nd book, I had already gotten to the point where I don't care what it's about. Don't care. Well, I don't care what it's about before I pick it up, is what I mean. I didn't read the synopsis to decide whether or not I wanted to buy it, because I loved the first book so much.
The first 2?
I was talking about by the 2nd book.
Oh.
I was already like, I don't care what it's about. I'm going to get it and read it. Because I loved the first book.
Right, one of your favorites so far. Mm-hmm. Where cozies are concerned.
It's something interesting. There's a thing that I absolutely love in romance. And all the romance readers out there, let me know if you're on board with this. But one thing that I absolutely love in romance books is a strong relationship between the male lead and the female lead from the very beginning.
Yeah. Well, because it's rare.
It's extraordinarily rare. There's always that he betrayed me, or she was seeing somebody. Is she seeing somebody else right now while she's seeing that kind of thing? And I'm just like, no. I want a good, strong relationship from the very beginning. They go through hardships together. They come out on the other side stronger for it.
Yeah.
That's because we have a good relationship. You know that, right?
I know.
It's totally the mindset for me.
Yeah, I'm not much of a content reader. I'm more of a is it written well type of thing.
Oh, see, I'm a storyteller. It's 100% story for me.
I know. But for me, it's all how is it written? Not so much what is on the page. It's more like how is it written? Is it written with skill? You know, if it's supposed to be a suspenseful book, does the author succeed? Do they fall flat on their face? I've read tons of both. So yeah.
See, I'm sort of the opposite. I can get through a middling written book as long as the story is good. But I can't get through a masterfully written book if the story is crap.
Yeah. Okay, books like books that set a goal and meet it and nothing and it's nothing special. Those are my least favorite kind of books. I mean, I think a book that completely fails can be more entertaining than a book that is only okay. You know, kind of like movies. You watch a lot of shit movies. Let's.
I love bad horror movies. I love them so much.
And I hate them. I can't stand them. But there are a few that I just really like.
Well, but the thing is, they have to be somewhat competently done.
Yeah, well. I
cannot handle a horror movie that's completely poorly acted, completely poorly directed. So, yeah, bad acting in a bad horror movie will just drag me right out of it. But if it's just jumping the shark left and right, there's ghosts flying through the walls and chucking things at the actors. If they're acting it out well, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm a happy camper.
I can do that. But the thing is, to me, it's like television comedy. Television comedy can be stupid as hell and still be extremely smartly done. Right?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, it's the same with movies. Movies can be intelligent. Like, we heard Christine and Andre at Trosh House talk about a movie called Dead Snow 2 and Dead Snow. Those movies are so stupid, but they are so much fun because the people making the movie knew what they were doing. There's
one scene in that second movie that it kills me every time.
The newspaper scene.
The newspaper scene. It's just so out of the blue, and it's just like 2 seconds of that movie. I barked like a seal when I watched it the first time. It still cracks me up.
Yeah, those are really fun movies. Dead Snow and Dead Snow 2. like we said, they're really stupid, but I love them. They are great movies.
See, I can handle more broad comedy than he can.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't like it.
extraordinarily easy to entertain. There's an old movie called Brain Donors, had John Turturro in it. I found it hilarious. It's 100% slapstick, just from beginning to end, and I find it hilarious. I could watch it over and over again because this is so stupid.
Yeah,
I'm easy to entertain. I can't help it.
I hate Brain Donors so much. It's got
No,
one funny
there's
scene.
One scene that he loves.
Yeah.
It's just one.
But it is so bad.
It's where three idiots sabotage a ballet. It's great.
Yeah, no, it's one 5-second scene.
The whole
sabotaged
sabotaged ballet is hilarious.
It was so bad.
Oh,
But anyway, we got off on a tangent.
that descended into madness is what
Yeah.
happened.
But that's the way books can be. But you know, I want to see something entertaining. But entertaining is not in and of itself what I'm after. It's kind of like drinking whiskey, and people talk about how smooth it is. Smooth is not necessarily a plus, right? It's just a thing.
Yeah.
And for me,
And sometimes smooth is just a complete lack of flavor.
yeah, exactly.
Oh.
And for me, okay, like Keystone beer is smooth, but that stuff tastes nasty. Sound like something on top of the house.
Oh,
doesn't
the
it?
whole house just settled.
Yeah.
Jeez.
We have a lot of wildlife out here, but it's the same with movie. Entertaining is only one thing a movie can be. That doesn't necessarily make it good. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to watch it again, just because something is entertaining. I don't, I read for the same reasons I watch movies, and it's not 100% escape.
I will totally watch a movie again if it's entertaining.
I know. You and I do see things differently.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
We do. It's something interesting about us. We have completely different tastes in books, movies, TV, music.
Mm-hmm. Music especially, I would say. Well, I don't know, books too. Books and music are where we differ the most.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we like a lot of the same movies. We both really like Italian horror films.
Well, we like a lot of the same music too, but there's some things I listen to that you cannot bear, and vice versa. So.
Yeah. This is
Oh yeah.
I wanted to show this shirt. Becky got this for me. It's The Who. I don't know if anybody knows who they are.
H.U. The Who.
Yeah, The Who. H.U. It's a Mongolian metal band, and I would say look them up.
Yeah. If you haven't heard of them, if you're going to look anything up by them, look up Wolf Totem.
Well,
The song.
Wolf Totem's good.
Or Shireg, or something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. I'm not good with the names of their songs. I do remember Wolf Totem, and they're awesome.
They're pretty badass.
Yeah, even if you don't like metal, look them up. You will enjoy. Most of you will enjoy at least some of their music.
Yeah, all four of the band members can do the Mongolian throat singing.
Yeah.
And they all play traditional instruments. It's amazing.
It is.
It's so good.
It is. Beautiful music.
Oh,
I just love it.
Now that we've covered movies and music and books and
Yeah.
comic books and manga in there,
Yeah, I think we're done.
I think we're done. This was fun.
Yeah.
So we'll be back next Wednesday with our next week's
Yeah.
weekly read.
You'll see us on Wednesday. We'll be recording on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So yeah. But another thing we need to do more of is Instagram stuff. So come find us on Instagram. We're on there.
Mm-hmm. And I put all of our information but
You do put the Instagram on our videos. Becky does all the uploading because.
I think so.
Well, if not, just go ahead and start doing it.
Yeah, I
no
need
big
to edit
deal.
if I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God, I don't know.
Well,
Anyway.
she's about to.
Yeah. But that's all for this week. We'll see you next week. Your books are calling. Go read.